Welcome to the Kendy and Raybo podcast, episode 106, recorded in Anderson's Tremendous Event Centre.
106
FM.
Yeah, I know. We're at that lovely stage in them where we can do radio voices for all of the numbers.
It's going to get annoying.
No, but we're going to be out of it again.
Huh?
You can't say 152 FM. Like, we're eventually going to run out of these bastard jokes a little bit.
108.
Come here, can I ask you a very, very good question?
You don't have 110 FM. Sorry. I get great kicks out of my own jokes.
Come here, I want to ask you something proper once I set this fuck of a thing up, Ray.
See, here in Anderson's Tremendous Event Centre, we have trouble because we have to negotiate our way around picnic tables.
Yeah, I just got that picnic table out of the way.
Yeah.
Come here, kudos to fucking Luke, man. Last week's episode sounded unbelievable, didn't it?
He's a genius. And anyone who is not aware of what our Luke does for us, he makes a rather noisy Anderson's Tremendous Event Centre and wonderful food items sound noise-free.
Like a box room.
Yeah.
He makes it sound exactly like our box room.
It's unreal.
So he came in and treated the box room and while everyone was gone, and then he put that sound in the background.
He went in and recorded what it sounded like in the box room.
Yeah.
He just came in and sat there for an hour with a microphone recording the ambience of the box room.
Yeah. So
and then he takes out the ambience. No, there's nothing wrong with the ambience of Anderson's Tremendous Event Centre.
yeah, you know, if you like fucking ducks, as in ducts, air ducts, like, not ducks. I like ducks too, man.
They're flappy.
A wise man once told me the best thing about a duck is that he looks like he's super calm above the water and below his legs are going 90. But he doesn't let you know that.
Yeah.
It's kind of a metaphor, really, when you think about it. Like, you know, stay cool on top.
Right.
But underneath you're going, I'm going for this.
It's like Riverdance.
But that's actually one of my favourite things about Irish dancing. Fair play, Luke. One of my favourite things about
moving swiftly on from you, Luke. Thank you.
it's the straight top that everyone has to keep while their legs
Rigid.
are going schizo, as we used to say. Did you use schizo in Mayo back in the day?
Schizo is a word we would have once used.
Well, that is what I love about Irish dancing, is how straight-laced it is up top. And then...
Have you ever heard of the word malafustered?
No, you said it, though.
You're
on this
reminding me there
podcast,
now, yeah.
And I only hear a lot of what you say in the editing process. I don't be listening to you during.
No. Because you're too obsessed with yourself.
Yeah, I know. I like thinking, what else interesting can Kendy say here?
Yeah.
What does Mallyfoostered?
Malafustered. I think it's when you assault something or, do you know? So
I did not Malafooster that young one at all. She's lying. That kind of thing.
Kinda, yes.
Well, I don't know why I went for that example.
Yeah, I don't know either.
No, well, I might use it in the future.
Have you heard of?
Can you use it in a sentence, please? Yeah. Come here. Did you Malafooster that young one?
Yeah. Have you heard of the word shite-hawking?
Yeah, shite-hawk is a good one. Yeah.
Yeah, that's one of my mother's favourite words.
I mean, like the Irish, we have a great way of making curse words a lot less like abrupt, if you know what I mean. Like shite-hawk, you know, and like we've alluded to it before, the way we say cuntin'. You know?
Yeah.
Like, you can't say that word around. If you say that, like, people are like, oh, but like, we just throw it in. Like, see the cunt there below, that fella there. Like, we don't.
Yeah.
We have a savage way in Ireland of taking the sting out of a curse word.
I like the is it an adjective, cunting?
Yeah. No,
you know, I'm up that cutting pole all day and I couldn't get down and, you know.
Yeah, and it can also be a verb if you want, like, well, I was cutting over there and I couldn't.
No, that's cutting.
I couldn't do anything
No,
about it.
that's wrong. You're just gone now. You've ruined it.
Come here. No, let's get back to it again for a second, because did the Irish change shit to shite, or did someone change shite to shit?
I think it was the Irish that changed.
Shit to shite.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we like to have our own little twist on things as well.
Yeah.
And like shite is way better than shit.
Yes.
Because again, when you think of the Americanism of the word shit, like we just have a softer tone when we say it.
Yeah, and you get more enjoyment out of it.
Instead of saying shit, we say what the shite in hell is going. You know what I mean? Fair play, Luke Devani. That's what we're trying to say.
That was the introductory spot. Now that we've got past that, and I did want to ask a question.
Go on.
Where did shite hawk come from? Was it a shite hawk?
You think there was a shite hawk somewhere?
Yeah.
No, well, shite hawking is like
devilment.
Yeah, it's a little, or even, you know, not working hard enough. Like, your man was shite hawking around the site, man.
Yeah.
He wouldn't lift a finger to help himself.
You can imagine my young head when my mother would call me that.
Why did your mother like shite hawk? Oh, she'd call you a shite hawk?
Oh, she would, yeah. It's kind of the roughest she'd get.
That's the most she'd go to.
Do you know, now I never heard her coming from the bedroom, but... yeah, no, you'd be called a shite hawk.
And that's the worst. I don't know what the worst my mother ever I mean,
Would your mother be big woman fan for the curse words?
I don't know if she'd be a big woman. Yeah, she would, like, and she always prefaces it with "God forgive me."
God forgive me, yeah.
But like, she would go as far as saying the C word, like, easy.
Right.
You know, if
my
she was
mother couldn't, she'd burn in hell.
But if my mother was talking about someone in town, you know, and I can see the change in my mum when I know something's about, you know, she's about to burst here, like, because she'd preface it with a "God forgive me" or something.
Yeah.
You know is a big one for mum now, that she'll go, well, no, you know, that cunt downtown, like, is running the whole thing. You know what I mean?
You know, when comes out.
Oh, she loves, you know, she'll put into the middle of anything, like, just, you know, and means so much to my mother, because by her saying, it also lets me know that she's not going to tell me anything else about the situation. If I go to my mum and say, "Ma'am, I'm having trouble with this thing, like, and it's really wrecking me head," she'll go, "Well, you know, Mark, look at Mark, you know." And that's all she needs to say.
And do you fill in the blanks then and go,
"Well, I know,
you're right.
Yeah, I know what you meant. Yeah, you're right, ma'am.
Yeah."
You know now. I'm just, and that's all she needs to say, Ray.
Big shout out to Luke again, adding in the sound effects.
Sounds like we're on the second floor of the building here.
Yeah.
But Ray, yeah.
Right.
So shout out to the mammies out there. Anyway.
Mammies and Luke. That's how far we've got this week. Yeah.
We haven't a massive amount to talk about this week. We try and do this sometimes. Here's what happens, right? When me and Raybo come into the room, we know we're not going to have a load to talk about. Mm-hmm. We try and tell ye very early that this is going to be a short episode. Yeah. Usually, that we actually end up getting 45, 50 minutes out of it.
No, this is a half an hour.
Yeah, this is a half an hour episode.
If it's more than half an hour, I'd be shocked.
Here's a couple of reasons why, right? Can I get into the reasons why a little bit?
Shoot.
I'm going to start the reasons why by asking you a question.
Oh.
How do you work?
What?
How do you work and then keep up other stuff and things?
Other extracurricular activities.
I've been trying to run this through in my head a little bit.
Right.
I was thinking, Kendy, when you were one of Sligo's top 100 musicians and you were gigging around 7 nights a week, you were still able to do a podcast and think about what you needed to say on a podcast even.
Yes.
Plan for it for a week even though we did fuck all of that. But I have been working on something else now for a week or 2 weeks.
It's 2 weeks now. 3 weeks even.
And what you might call a 9 to 5 normal thing to be working on. You know, I'm not going out gigging at night, like.
No.
And I haven't touched anything else bar this thing for 3 weeks.
Right.
You work
not even Nicola.
I couldn't have time. She said, "Will you touch me?" I said, "I haven't fucking time, Nicola. There's people to be calling."
Right.
Jesus Christ.
Okay.
Yeah. Touch yourself. And so it always brings me back to thinking about you working for the Department of Government. 9 until 5. And during COVID, like, I hope Ray doesn't mind me saying this, not 9 until 5.
It's 10 until 6.
Yeah, but it's not though, because you end up working on your holidays and shit as well.
Oh yeah, but that's
we've been talking about the ups and downs of people working from home, and I would have been a big supporter of the fact that let people work from home if they want to work from home. Come on, now we know that we can get civil servants to work from home. But I've seen you working and seen a little bit of the downside of it, because you take 2 weeks off, but your office is still your bedroom. Yeah. And you're still going and they're sending, "Ray, can you just get this email done? If you don't mind, I know you're on your holidays. Yeah. I just need you to do 6 hours today." That happened to you, didn't it?
That is happening.
Yeah, that is what's happening.
Currently. Right? That's currently. I thought it'd be great. Oh, work from home, they said. Class. Yeah. I'll be able to switch off in the evening. No.
Yeah, you see, that's the thing. You can't switch off. No. Where was I going before this anyway?
You were saying that you were incapable of doing anything other than working.
Yeah, and I'm trying to figure out in my own head, is that because I'm not used to doing this type of work, or because it's just a completely different type of work? And be careful with the answer here, because there's always been a precedent set for musicians that they don't work really. It's not really work at all. So if I find out that this is work and musicians, it wasn't work, we're fucked.
Maybe you took on too much.
But I don't want to get to that either, because
then you're a hero.
No, not that. Because me coming in here to Ray McAndrew, who's working for the Department of Government, right, slinging Big Mickey around the civil service, ladies and gentlemen.
No.
I can't come into you here and say, Jesus, Ray, I've been flat out for 2 weeks, man. Like, how, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're going flat out for 2 weeks. I've been flat out, man, since I joined the civil service, you good bastard. You know what I'm saying, though? You must be looking at me going, look at this fucking
No, I think you took on too much. I was worried about you. Because of you last week. You look like half the man.
I know.
It was eating it all.
I definitely have a happier head on me today than I did last week. And that is because, and I've said this before, like it was like a 25 stone fella was sitting on my chest.
Right.
And not for one of those sexy ways, because I know you can get that done too if you want.
You can ask for it.
You could ask for it, Ray, if you wanted. I did not ask for it. It felt like a 25 stone fella was sitting on my chest until 5:30 this evening.
You should be elated and so sitting, or maybe you're just exhausted. That's probably what's wrong with you today.
Well,
you're just exhausted from it all.
It's not. I'm exhausted from it all because it was a strenuous work environment that I was in. I don't want to say too much about it.
The box room, that's where you were.
I was in the box room for the last 2 weeks straight. I was working on a conference from Sligo here, right?
Right.
Which went down the treat. 2 days of people from all over the world coming and telling us about how to,
do things.
Workout culture, pretty much, was the idea. But, So it was a high-stress environment for the last 2 days. 2 weeks before that was just crazy trying to organise this. But I'm kind of elated now when I'm up, but it still took over all my mind space. That's what I'm trying to say to you.
Right.
I lost all, and there isn't much up there, Ray.
No.
I made a joke last week with Nicola, right? And then I started knocking on my head, and she literally said to me, Mark, that sounded hollow, like.
That's because you weren't touching her. She's
Seriously.
obviously going to insult you.
Listen, I don't know if anyone else can hear this. I really hope this comes true. When do you fucking hear how hollow this sounds? And if that wasn't heard, Ray, will you put in like someone clicking on a hall door or something, will you? What I'm saying to you is, Ray, where do you find the space in your head for this stuff that we're doing right now?
I don't need to.
You don't need to?
No, because, when things were normal, right?
Yeah.
The stuff you'd be at for the week, it would be the content for the podcast.
Yeah, that was always the avenue you came from as well.
Oh, totally. All I need to do is 2 or 3 hours at home, do you know? And ML and Carmel would do something funny, and you'd write it down, and then you'd hope to God they still speak to you after you relay it to the population.
Yeah.
And then secondly, you'd just go into work. And you'd have a couple of characters in there as well. They give you a few bits and pieces as well.
You're a great cultivator and an observer of that kind of stuff, I must say.
Well, it's all I have to look at.
Like...
Do you know?
And you don't find that's what your problem has always been with this, is that you don't find as much of it then staring at the wall in your room.
But I still found bits and pieces. I have some bits for you.
Oh, you do have some bits along the way as well.
Yeah.
Look, I'll finish up my little speech that I'm giving you now, and then we'll start walloping into some stuff.
Right.
I'm still working out in me head the value of all the content that I'm trying to wallop out. I gave too much time to something for 2 weeks there.
Yeah.
And it floored me.
Well,
it didn't exhaust me, like, and as I said, I wasn't stressed. But it just took up all the space in my head. And I'm worried like that I must only have like a 10 gigabyte hard drive in my head. And most people are probably working off a terabyte SSD yoke that's running fair fast.
Yeah.
Like,
maybe you're just one of the earlier versions of the human man.
I'm like Windows 95.
Windows 95.
Do you remember Windows Vista? Oh jeez, that was an awful unit.
It was wonderful.
Windows Vista was absolutely shite, Ray. Ask anyone in the computer world, Windows Vista was shite. What was your favourite Windows? I like 98s. I was playing a golf game on it.
Jesus Christ, you are running low on stuff this week. Kendy's best material. What's your favourite Windows? Mine's Windows 98. I used to play a nice golf game on it.
No, Windows 98 was class, man.
I don't have a favourite Windows.
Right, okay. What were we going to say before that, though? You were on about something else.
Don't know. I have bits.
Usually when I cut across you, Ray, I cut across you with something that at least have some value.
I'm just going to go with my bits.
Go with your little bits. I do have one little bit for you as well, but go on. Go with your bits.
We'll save that for later. Yeah. Is it going to be as good as what you just told me there?
No, it's not going to be as good.
Yeah.
I've been looking into old shit that we used to do here on the podcast, and in the last couple of episodes, Ray, you said, Kendy, abroad in Anderson's Tremendous Event Centre, where we are right now, by the way.
Yes.
You said, why don't you get into journaling? So I tried one day of journaling, and I'm going to try and do it every week now.
Okay, well, we talk about that in a little while.
Yeah, let's talk about it in a little while. Let's just talk about it now, Ray, because it was really simple, and it was just an idea that came into my head. So can I just get it out, please, if you don't mind?
Calm down.
Here we go. I've had a really busy few weeks. I'm so proud of myself for really getting out there and getting after the world this week and leaving my mark on it. You Go Guy. Yeah, that's right. I'm trying to make You Go Guy a thing. I really hope that people catch on. You Go Girl's got way too much fucking legs on it. Like, I think you go guy could be something.
Did you write all of this?
I wrote all of this.
Okay.
Except for that little preface at the middle of it there as well. All right. But now my head is clear, right?
Uh-huh.
The same thing keeps popping into it though. Right. This is the same thing that always troubles me and I can't get rid of it. Every night I close my eyes, it pierces its way into my skull, and the fact that I don't have an answer for this particular question means that I end up lying awake every night just wrecking my own head about it. But surely I'm not the only person who thinks about this particular thing. I'm not the only person in the world tortured trying to find the answer to one of life's great questions. Why does every Irish town have a Polish fella who fixes cars cheaper than a mechanic does?
Is that it?
And why the hell are they so cheap? Is it because they never fixed it the conventional way? Or is it because most of them do it out of a living room or something, or an old back shed? And why do they have to be Polish as well? Are these Polish people going to run the mechanics all out of business? Why does a fella in town always whisper into my ear, I have a Polish dad that'll do that joke for 15 quid? And no receipts. Anyway, I guess I'll just have to try and find something that's preoccupying my head with. It's really nice to get that off my chest, even if it is just in writing. Thanks, journal. I'll see you next time. So I've been trying to get into that journaling thing, Ray, because you told me that young ones on Instagram are doing that kind of shit.
Can I stop you?
Yeah.
The last 2 to 3 minutes has been quite a tour de force for me. Sorry, no, I said that when you had tea in your mouth.
Oh, Jesus.
But at times I didn't know what was going on. At times I thought maybe he's not well. Just to recap.
Yeah.
Did you actually buy a journal for starters, or what did you do?
I downloaded an app on my telephone called My Journal.
Okay, so you have an app on your telephone called My Journal.
Yeah.
And in My Journal, you wrote that spiel.
Yeah.
And your wondering thought at night is, why is there a Polish lad in every town that'll do it cheaper than a mechanic or a tiler or anyone?
It really annoys me is that when I turn off the television and try and get some sleep, that's the thing that pops into my head.
Right.
Everywhere I go.
Okay.
There's a
People
Polish...
always ask you.
Where is the Polish lad? There's a Polish lad in every town who fixes shit.
And you know the funny thing is, you'll never hear anyone saying that he did a bad job.
Never, no, that's the thing. That's my point, Ray. It's not that he always just does it cheaper. It's that he does it better.
Better and cheaper.
You hear stories all over this country of a fellow who said, I brought it down to the mechanics down the road, pitch stop or whatever, and they couldn't find the feckin' pipe that was burst. I brought it to the Polish lad down the back alley and he tied it up for 15 quid with baling twine.
Yeah.
And he smoked 40 fags. The car smells like fags now, but it's fixed.
Fixed.
Yeah. They're in every town. Guaranteed they're in every town. Everyone listening here knows a Polish lad who fixes cars in town but doesn't work for a mechanic.
But it's not
and
just
my point
cars.
was, where's he fixing? Is he fixing in the front living room? Like, is he driving in the front door? He doesn't have a garage.
I think you might have missed the journaling point. Or your journaling
You're supposed to be introspective.
From my limited knowledge of journaling. Yes, fair enough. You have communicated now to me and everyone else what keeps you awake at night.
Well, I was only telling myself that at the time.
Right, yeah.
I was addressing my own thoughts.
Did you manifest anything?
I mean, I'm going to bring my car to a Polish lad next week.
Is that what's going to happen?
I had to get a service, like.
Okay.
And I'm not going to name the mechanics down in town, but I got charged a fucking fortune last week to change something in my car.
Oh, name them.
And this is the thing
That's
as well
the way
about
this
mechanics.
country's gone now. Name and shame.
Do you know what's wrong? I'm not fucking naming them, right? Do you know what's wrong with mechanics now? And if anyone's a mechanic out there, like write in. I don't give a shit. Like, let's have this out. Because I've brought my car to about 10 different mechanics in Sligo town, right?
Uh-huh.
And the most annoying thing that mechanics say to you is, I know, sure, there's probably no point in doing that.
Yeah.
I'm like, it's fucking broke. I want to give you money. Like,
it's not worth fixing, the
I wanted to get me timing belt done by a mechanic in town. I picked the wrong fucking one because it's one of these generic things that are like, oh, we can do all the little bits. You want a new air freshener? No bother.
Yeah.
I asked them to change a timing belt on the old Audi that I had, like, and they were like, yeah, we don't really do that. Like, I mean, they were kind of like, have you a simple old tire maybe we could change or something? Like, we don't do that other stuff.
Because that's hard.
It's fucking, yeah, but...
Not to a Polish lad.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He goes, you want your timing belt done? Yeah, now come back in 15 minutes.
Yeah.
And just buy me a box of Benson and leave it at that.
Yeah.
But my problem is I brought my car to a mechanic last week, Ray, right? Mm-hmm. And they fucking... Jesus Christ, if I had a mortgage, Ray, I would have had to redo it. Because... They charged me a fortune because 2 of my water filters are gone, which is grand. I don't mind. Those kits are expensive.
Yeah.
That's what your man told me anyway. Anyway, I then said to him, this car has to go through an NCT, so I want to get it serviced. Like, so I might try and throw it back into you next week. Are you free? Like, can you get the diary out and just see what day? Your man said to me in the mechanic, I know, It's probably all right, like. I said, I haven't serviced it since COVID, like.
Yeah.
He said, no, it'd probably be grand, don't worry. And I was like, at the end, it's telling me that it needs to be serviced. It's saying oil change.
Yeah.
I want to give you money to do the simplest thing that mechanics can do, which is service a car, like.
Yeah.
And he was like, nah, look, don't be worrying. Come back to me in a couple of months. I was like, fuck me. I'm trying to give you the work. Will you please take the car off me?
I have some observations.
Go on.
It's lovely the way now COVID is now a time. I haven't got my haircut since COVID. I haven't got my car serviced since COVID.
It's like the Bronze Age, the Ice Age, the COVID Age.
Yeah, it's like, I haven't looked at that since COVID.
Yeah, that is, BC, before COVID.
Second point is, I feel sorry for you. It's not easy.
I'm just saying, like, why are mechanics going, nah, I don't want to do that.
But
like,
you see, your problem is you don't have a mechanic.
yeah, I know.
Most families
Yes.
have a hereditary mechanic. And I've mentioned him before, Mickey Stenson.
I brought my thing down to Mickey Stencil's before.
When?
Do you remember Mickey
Oh, you
Stencil's?
did, yeah.
Didn't he fix my Audi as well himself?
There you go.
Mickey Stencil's is good, Ray, but I can't drive my car to Killala. There's a 5k limit.
True. So, yeah.
But Mickey Stencil's, man.
You're
Mickey Stencil's is savage.
You're stuck here in Sligo in that you don't have your own mechanic that knows you, knows your brothers, knows your father, knows your father's father.
Yeah.
You know, that's basically the problem. And the only person that you can get to substitute that family mechanic, like a family doctor, is a Polish lad.
Yeah, I know.
Because
And
they'll pretend to be your family mechanic.
there's so much going through my head now, okay? So first of all, why am I ranting and raving about it? Number one is what you just said there. I don't have a mechanic of my own.
And if you don't, you're treated badly.
Yeah, you are. And I can't build up any rapport with any of them in town because they're all
they don't want to know you.
They don't want to know you.
Because they have their family people.
So what is happening here now with Kendy ranting is really at the core of it. And I should have put this in a feckin' journal. Kendy's jealous.
Right.
Because I would love to be the guy that I mentioned in my journal who whispers into someone's ear, I know a Polish lad that'll do that for 15 quid. But I want one. And I've been talking to a neighbour of mine here in Rushy-Nard who did that to me 2 weeks ago. And it was so alpha. It was the most alpha male thing that you can do to someone is to tell someone, I have a fella for you.
Yeah.
And you're actually really good at it, is being a guy who can get you a guy. You know what I mean? I have a guy that does that.
Yeah.
So one of my neighbours here, fair play to him, Aaron, said, I know a boy out in Ballymote that can do that for you. Because I was giving out that they wouldn't service me car.
How did you get the car to Ballymote?
I guarantee you, he didn't tell me anything about this guy. I haven't brought it out to him yet.
Oh,
but
good.
He didn't tell me anything about this guy. I nearly guarantee he's Polish.
Right.
And then he's big time in me, even though he doesn't mean to be, he's been a good neighbour. But I'm getting big timed and even more jealous then. Why don't I have a Polish guy that I can give to people?
Do you know something, Kendy? These podcasts are normally an enjoyable affair. I'm finding this one quite stressful because you're hyped up.
I mean,
you're in a bad way.
I drank a lot of coffee today.
I could probably be better off coming back to you in a couple of days' time when you've calmed down.
I'd be dead, man. I'd be like Prince Willie
I think
inside
you need
the
to
fucking
lay off
car.
whatever you're drinking.
Or Prince Philip. I drank way too much coffee.
I
man.
think so. I can tell. You want to take a minute?
Ray, you asked me a couple of minutes ago, could you get into your bits?
Thank you. Yeah. Will I do that now?
Yeah, you should. You
Thanks.
should.
Okay.
Yeah, no bother.
Okay. Tune in next week, by the way, to find out if the gentleman in Ballymote is in fact Polish.
Do you want me to keep journaling though? I could do a journal a week.
I think the little journaling bit is good, yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to keep journaling. I'll do another journal next week.
Good.
And I'm going to put it up on Instagram. Hi guys, new journal.
Yeah, do.
I'm like really reevaluate myself, getting very introspective.
Now, don't be taking the piss out of it.
I know, I'm not at all. That's how I want to be.
Good lad. Good
Influencer. Okay, Raymond,
Yeah, thank you.
the stage is yours.
Right. I have a story.
I love when you do that.
I have a very bad story.
I have a story for you, Jackson.
All right.
Okay.
This story starts at a particular night last year where a good friend of yours had her hen night.
Post or pre-COVID?
It's in the middle of COVID.
Before COVID, BC. Oh, no. Yeah,
Good
AC.
friend of yours had her hen night.
Okay.
Okay. Your Nicola.
Yeah, I had a Nicola who had a head night.
Yeah, so she had a hen night, and on the same night, do you recall what we had to do with you because she was getting spoiled?
I didn't ask for this, actually. Why am I laughing, you bitch?
Us gentlemen decided to take you out and about.
Yeah.
And we went for the last indoors pints before everything got shut down again.
It was actually the night before it all got shut down again, yeah.
Yeah, we went to the McGlynn's.
Yes, we did.
And we had an hour and 45 slot.
Yeah.
And we drank way too many pints in that time.
Yeah, and then we took a pint home with us. You know what I mean?
Yep, we took a pint home with us. We brought one for the road. We had a pint for the road.
Yeah, we walked it down the road and
we
drank
also,
it.
I think, had whiskey. So it was a very,
You!
Got back to the house very drunk.
Yeah, shit got sexy.
No, it didn't, Kendy.
Oh, what happened?
You might remember two things. Well, you don't know the second thing. But one thing happened that night. Me and you had a big falling out.
Yeah, we did actually. Yeah,
We don't necessarily have big fallings out, and I don't mean to be bringing this up on the podcast, but
no,
we're far enough away from it now that we can look back and not laugh.
Yeah, I know. But it's also it's always bad when the both of you are calling each other aside.
Yes, we both called each other aside.
Come here, you want to talk to me for a second? Come here.
Yeah. So we had a big falling out, and the problem with that falling out is, besides the fact that it was a falling out and we had to come back from it.
Yeah.
Do you know? We're not the best friends, thank God.
That's what friends do, though.
Yeah, we come back from it.
Especially boys. If that was Bjor's, man, they wouldn't be talking to each other.
I know, girls are well able
They
to come
fucking
back.
aren't, man. So? Stop giving them so much credit.
Right.
When girls fall out, they fall out. My old lady is people she hadn't talked to her for 40 years.
Jesus Christ. You know.
Mark, what she done to me, Mark.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough. Well, we came back for it, thank God.
Yeah.
But it caused me a problem. Right?
Okay.
On that same night, my sister Joanne's fiancé, who would also be Michael.
That's right.
We have a lot of Michaels coming into the family.
Too many
of them. Michael asked me a very big question that night.
Right.
Me, hammered drunk. He asked me, Ray, would you be my groomsman?
Oh, we were arguing so much I didn't even hear that.
No, you didn't. And do you want to know what else happened when we were arguing so much?
Go on.
I forgot he asked me. I was that drunk and that upset about the fact me and you were having a fight that I forgot that he asked me to be a groomsman.
And when did you find out again?
Right. So, apparently, this is what I was told in the last week. Apparently, he kind of ploughed on, but I didn't mention it after that. There was no thanks very much for asking me. Things got a bit awkward, apparently.
That is.
And Michael didn't know what was going on. Because he says to Joanne, he says, Ray hasn't mentioned the fact that he's... And of course, I was participating in wedding chat with him. Yeah. Totally unaware that I was anything to do with it.
You didn't send on the suit size or
nothing? No, but they kept asking me probing questions. What size shoe are you? And I said, what do you need my size shoe for? Have a pair of shoes.
Your birthday's coming up.
I sent him a picture of my shoes. I said, don't be buying me shoes. I'm just attending this. By the way, Joanne and Michael's wedding is going ahead with reduced numbers.
Very, very reduced.
Family only, please. Donations if desired to...
to Joanne and Michael.
Yeah, to Joanne and Michael.
Yeah, if you still want to send them a card, they're accepting not your presents.
Yeah.
But your presents.
But that's still going ahead anyway in early April. And as things were coming, things are hotting up on the old preparation phase.
Yeah.
And like I said, Michael was still tipping along going, I asked Ray to be my groomsman. There's 2 bridesmaids. I need a best man and a groomsman. So even for feckin' cemetery, as my sister Marie would say, even for it to look right.
You're talking about a photo thing here.
Yeah, I needed to be there.
Yeah.
But I was unaware. So every time they'd politely bring it up, I'd kind of go, what are you talking about? Sure, have a suit. What suits? What colour? And they were kind of quietly going, but we needed it kind of be the same suit. And I was going, yeah, have a blue suit. It's grand.
Ray, that night was like 7 months ago.
Last Friday, I met them out for a bit of a walk.
Right.
And we went for a social distance walk, the 3 of us.
Oh, sounds so wonderful.
They said that they had a proposal for me for the wedding.
Okay.
And I was going, oh, this is interesting. I wonder what this is about.
Yeah.
He had to ask me again.
No way.
To be his groomsman.
And did he then allude to the fact that I've already asked you this, Ray, you bollocks?
Yes.
But you were arguing with Kendy.
I was absolutely mortified.
And we were out of it as well.
Yeah.
Don't ask people stuff like that when you're out of it, because they'll probably forget. I'd forget it if I wasn't out of it.
Yeah. And then, because the reason they had to ask me on Friday is because the suit fitting was on Saturday.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
And
it was lovely.
Where did you go, EJ?
Can we talk about this?
Are you
allowed to get suit fitted?
I mean, if you want to ring the guards, sorry, we're going to give everybody 10 seconds to ring the guards on us there now.
There was a suit fitting had.
Yeah.
And I won't say which shop, but it's the greatest shop in Sligo.
You!
And in we went, and it was lovely.
Go away.
Yeah, but I couldn't help but thinking, I was kind of sitting there going, oh, this is like say yes to the dress. You have 3 lads going in for suit fitting.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know that Michael and his brother Cormac have a whole pile of style. I didn't know this about them.
Okay.
Right? So I'm kind of sitting there. The 3 of us are there now, and I feel the pressure of the style. We don't want to get this wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's a weird thing to be left alone in the shop buying fancy suits for a big thing like a wedding.
And did you have that input, though, that you wanted?
I didn't get too much involved because I knew how ill-equipped I was to comment.
No, don't put yourself down like that. Let me do it.
Yeah. But it did feel like say yes to the dress.
Yeah, and did
because
Michael come out?
they dressed him first.
Did Michael come out and you were like, I'm going to go, Michael?
No, the first one he came out with was like,
No.
We're like, oh, that's nice.
Yeah, you have to be the bastard and say yes to the dress that goes, that is just doing nothing for you, Michael.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to say it. I'm just telling them.
It wasn't.
That is doing nothing for you, Michael.
It wasn't.
Yeah.
But I did feel it because I've watched a lot of Say Yes to the Dress in my time because everybody I know is a fan of it, including Sean O'Reilly. And
me.
I just find that it was just my moment where I got to say, oh, that's beautiful. Oh, Michael, that's so you.
I'm gone, Michael. Michael,
Yeah.
I'm gone. I'd love to be that guy. I know we've talked about different jobs that Kendy could get into. I want to weigh penguins and stuff like that. I want to be the guy, the flamboyant guy on Say Yes to the Dress who just goes, yeah. He's the easiest job in the fucking world. Dress up in a suit every day, and when the bureau walks out, he just has to give an opinion.
No, I think you should just be you in that program.
And go, Jesus, you're spilling out of that. Take that off you. Fuck me. Take it off you quick before you stay us. That's not for you, lovey.
Yeah, Magella, you're not going to get her out of that.
No. Jesus Christ. Come here, that's not for you. We have saved them for the beautiful women. Come on, I get something for you off the back.
That'd be a good show.
I have a big yolk for you off the back, lovey. That would be a good show. I could be that guy, like.
Yeah.
Huh?
We might look at that. Get on to RTE.
Say yes to the Kendy.
Yeah. That's actually good. That was my story anyway about getting fitted out. I got a lovely suit, Gene.
Come here, can I ask you one more question on the suit? What colour are they?
Navy.
Navy.
Yeah.
Keep it simple. I'm not a huge fan of navy, but it looks good in a suit though, I must say.
Thank
You're
you.
going to look gorgeous, Ray.
Yeah.
I don't want you to be worried about it at all.
I have one more bit.
Go on.
It's very simple. You haven't had time to watch anything lately. I have.
Yeah.
I started watching a new show.
What's it called?
Outlander.
Oh, I seen it come up on Netflix. Yeah.
Have you heard of it?
I seen it come up. I don't know anything about it though. What's
It's
it about?
not on Netflix actually. It's on Prime Video.
Oh, whatever the hell I saw it coming up on.
It's about, and you love this, it's about a lady in 1945 who is transported back in time through a fairy ring of upstanding stones to the year 1743 to the Scottish Highlands.
Ray, it's like you fucking read that, but you looked straight into my eyes when you were saying it. I was like, is that written on my fucking head?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
It's got all the things I like.
Did you say fairy fort?
Well, it's got a fairy fort stone ring job.
Roscommon's a big town for that, you know that?
Has it?
Roscommon's a big county for that, I must say.
Right.
A lot of fairy forts in Roscommon. That's where they call it Fairymount, just outside Castlereagh.
Oh.
And there's mad shit that goes on there.
Not like you
They
to highlight
rumour-
Roscommon.
No, I know, but I'm only saying every beautiful ring forts, but there's loads of rumours about them. The one outside Fairmount, Michael Collins and De Valera are supposed to meet up there every night when everyone's asleep in bed. And the two boys drink cans and laugh at the fact that everyone thinks they hate each other. That's just one of the rumours that goes on there. But there's loads of them around Roscommon, Ray.
Who came up with that?
Ray, I don't know where my head is right now.
It's a very unsettling podcast, I'll give you that.
What were you saying about Outlander?
Oh, Outlander anyway, yes. Right up my street, full of history, full of time travel, love every minute of it.
Is this going to be the new Archie gal?
Well, it's not. It's taken a turn. They were in the Scottish Highlands and everything was great, but then there was a whole pile of man-on-man sexual intercourse.
All right,
and it wasn't wanted. And I don't mean by me.
Nothing wrong with this.
There's nothing wrong with man-on-man.
You just don't want to be seen this.
But no, not that either. I didn't mind it. Do you know?
All right, okay, now we're getting somewhere.
No, you can't be.
No,
No,
we're getting somewhere, Ray.
No, you can't be saying, oh, I didn't like it. Isn't that homophobic, isn't it?
No, but that's not homophobic because you're not supposed to like it because you're not homosexual.
I'm heterosexual.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're not supposed to enjoy,
I didn't enjoy it.
like...
Yeah, but the problem is the buck that was getting it wasn't enjoying it either because he didn't want it.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Well, that doesn't matter, male or female. If he doesn't want it, he doesn't want it.
It was
like.
no consent.
What?
But
no
it took an awful turn because I'd never seen that in a show before.
And is it that deep? Oh my Christ, what a word.
Well, like, I'll just paint you a picture. It was in a dungeon.
Jesus Christ.
And the gentleman that was not enjoying it,
yeah.
his hand was nailed to a table.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Which hurt more? Oh my fuck.
You see, just for anyone out there that's thinking about watching Outlander, beware. The end of the first season, holy Christ above, there's some bad things happen.
Just a real turn. Wait till you hear what I watched lately, actually. Are you finished with that Outlander thing? Because I don't want to jump across it too much more. I've been jumping across now for the whole thing.
Yeah, I think they went to France in season 2 and I'm not enjoying it so far.
I watched
Because your
the
man
film.
wasn't right after it.
Right?
Sorry.
What should I say?
How could season 2 be right after he got rode up the arse in the dungeon?
In between all of his lines, all you could hear the odd time when he was walking. Oh, fuck.
But the goodness has gone out of his eyes. He didn't enjoy it.
Sound
But
like
go on,
Meowland getting out
now.
of a chair. What the
Sorry.
fucking... I watched a film called Seven, right?
Oh, yes.
You're talking Morgan Freeman
Yeah.
and Bradolph Pittler.
Bradolph Pittler,
Right?
yeah.
I have held out from watching that film for a long, long time, and I'm a big fan of thrillers, Ray. Yeah. I love when you don't know what's going to happen. You know what I mean? I fucking love those kind of things.
Can I say this? Yeah. It's just this very same film has been suggested. Anytime I ever ask anyone really, anyone being Laura, what film I should put on for Sean O'Reilly, because Sean O'Reilly now is taken into watching films.
What happened there?
Oh, he's big into it.
Seriously?
But every night I text her and say, what do you think I should play for him? 7.
No way.
Can't go wrong with 7.
No, you okay, I don't want to tell people because it's obviously one of those thrillers, right? But you can go wrong with 7.
Would you not enjoy it?
I went wrong for 2 days after 7, Ray.
Oh.
I wanted to write to them and then I realised it was 1995.
Was it bad?
I'm going to take it off the market now. The end of it,
right?
I was going, can't wait for the twist. And then when it happened, I was like, I have never been less satisfied in my whole life coming out of... I looked at Nicola and I went, what? What the fuck? There's no way it ends that way.
I don't know the ending now.
I was so dissatisfied. I was so dissatisfied. You're supposed to come out of those films and go, thank the Lord. I don't want to say too much.
Yeah.
The best thriller ever made is a film called Prisoners. And it's where Wolverine locks a fella in a bat because he thinks that he killed his daughter.
No, I don't enjoy that one either.
That's a brilliant one. Prisoners is brilliant. Anyway, I'm into those kind of thriller things. If you want to watch something kind of normal, and I know now we're just getting into TV recommendations, but Drive to Survive on Netflix. You watch that? Formula 1 boys.
No, I had no interest. Cars.
Yeah, cars racing real fast. The vroom vrooms.
No.
When they start up,
another
real
reason
fast.
my father is disappointed in me. I don't like any of the things men like.
There's a couple.
Including that stuff I was talking about only earlier.
Well, my favourite things to watch are sport,
right,
and like documentaries or any of that kind of stuff. So a sports documentary, which is kind of what Drive to Survive is about Formula 1, I love. That and a thing called Icarus that was out years ago. I ate that shit, man, for breakfast.
Isn't it funny the different type of stuff you were watching?
How are we friends then?
I don't know.
We're so different. Like,
we're very different.
We're not into any of the same stuff.
No, not even a tight fitting pant.
Oh, come here! I don't know why tight fitting pants reminds me of this. I forgot. Why did I not do this?
I will just apologise for this week's episode because I've never seen him like this. And I'm worried.
I have it here, okay? I have it here. So, you know the way people have been sending us in, like, versions of our theme song?
Yes.
So we had Steel Tormentor do it.
Yeah.
And some Bowsy and Galway called Keith Reynolds.
That's right.
Okay, well, I have another Bowsy and Galway called Joseph Kendy.
Oh, go away!
Who had a slap at the Kendy Raybo podcast.
Way.
Now, might I say, if it's not insulting anyone too much, Raymond, it is the theme song. Like, I will have to say, like, it actually is the theme song. So do you want to play it out with it? Do you want to say good luck and then play it out with the theme song, maybe?
Oh, I definitely want to, yeah. Yeah. But sure, that means we're wrapping up, is it?
Well, we might as well, sure, I suppose. We told them it's going to be a short one, Ray. It is what it is, bitch.
It is, and in fairness, we do, like I said, I can only apologise on behalf of Kendy. He wasn't himself this week.
What are you talking about, Ray? I gave them everything I have. I have no more energy left. I'm going drinking Guinness.
Are you?
Hey!
Oh, I see the big crate going in and right downstairs.
Oh, sweet Jesus Christ. You know what happened? I went down to the shop. I leave you on this anecdote, Race, or a metaphor, or
Would
a
you
story.
go so far as to call it an anecdote?
Jesus Christ, it's not even. I leave you on this one, lads,
Yeah.
and we'll see you later. I went down to the shop, right? And I went in and I said, which one is cheaper, the 12-pack of Guinness or the 8-pack of Guinness? What's the better value? And your man said, the 12-pack is €19.
Right.
He said, but it's going to be €15 tomorrow. I said, that's all good and well, boy, but I want to drink it tonight. You! I'll see you later, lads. We're going to play out with Johnny Kendy.
Jesus Christ, above. I need to send you to anecdote school.
Here's Joey Kendy's podcast team, ladies and gentlemen.
Thanks very much for listening.
Fair play to me.
Fair play to me.
Good luck.
Good luck.